Hi, Mr. Watson, for your HV 110 class, the air system design. Just wanted to talk today about sizing some equipment for coolers. We've got two coolers in this classroom. One is a medium temp and the other we're using as a low temp freezer. They both run off of one condenser, so I'm going to go ahead and pan around and let you see the equipment. This one right here is your freezer, and the one over here is going to be your medium temp cooler. I'm going to go ahead and take you around here and show you the condensing unit. Alright. If you go ahead and look here, you can see it's got a scroll compressor and two condenser fan motors. It's air cooled. Okay. And I'm going to let you see the model and serial number. If you see here, it's got a receiver. And here's the piping. If you'll look, it tees off. One goes for the freezer, and then it goes up, and the other one goes over there for the cooler. Now here you've got your disconnect for your power, and we've got a defrost timer. There's you a picture of the defrost timer there. I'll bring you over here and let you see inside the freezer. See, we've got one fan on that evaporator, and I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get, there's the model number and serial number. And then we'll go ahead and go to this other one and let you take a look at it. And up here we've got the model and serial number here as well. Now I'll go ahead and take some pictures of these and get them put on canvas for you. I'm in this medium temp cooler, and I'm going to go ahead and measure the length times the width times the height, so we can go ahead and get dimensions for this box, and then I'll go ahead and do the dimensions of the other one also. Go in here and we're going to go ahead and get the other one also. Got 88 inches for the length, inches for the height, or the width. And this one looks about the same as well on the height, about 9.5 inches. Alright, so we've got our dimensions for both our coolers, or our cooler and our freezer, and we had length times the width times the height. So we had, I believe, 88 by 66 by 90.5. Okay. If we go ahead and do those, each of those multiply or divide by 12. We had 88 by 12 is 7.3 feet, and 66 divided by 12 is 5.5 feet, and then 90.5 divided by 12 is 7.5 feet. All right. Then that was the medium temp cooler. Then on the low temp we had 89 by 65 by, I believe, 90.5 again. So basically they're almost the same size. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull up a video, or not a video, but a document that I'm going to put in your Canvas also. And it has, it's basically a quick selection guide from Heatcraft. And since both those boxes were roughly, the closest one is 6 by 8 by 8, we're going to go ahead and use that one. Okay, so the cooler we're going to use plus 35, and we're going to use the heavy, so we're going to use 7,274 BTUs, and then we're going to add, we're going to use -20, and we're going to use the heavy on it as well, because we've got some freezer or some glass doors on there, and the other side's got a door, so we're going to be losing some BTUs there. So we're going to use 8,648. I've got this drawn up. Go ahead and add both of them together. I went ahead and looked on the internet for Copeland condensing units. I believe I typed in the F and D line because 15,922 and BTUs I pulled this up, it seemed to be what I was looking for. So and we're going to go ahead and look up for our condenser. We had the model and serial number from it. So I'm going to go ahead. Model number is telling us. I typed in Copeland, so I went ahead and wrote it out here on the board. So Copeland compressors, condensing unit family series. Copeland condensing units is what it was. J, and then I found the F and D4A, 507. Research for a little bit. 404A. And so we've got, I went ahead and found the A numbers for it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I scrolled over the next side. I'm going to get some stuff put up on the board, and then I'll get back with you. Ends up being 3 horsepower. C is for faster start, faster run. The internal overload protection is F, and V is 60 hertz, 208, 230 volt single phase. And this 072 is just a bill of material, and it's for the UL listing or safety compliance. When I scroll down further, the only thing I could find was the FJAMA15Z CFB, which is, if you scroll down further, then you see this other model number, and I went ahead and put it out on the board so you can see it's condensing unit family series. The F stands for multiple, air-cooled steel base like we had, and the S is multiple. So it's going to work for this. 3 horsepower again, faster start, faster run. You got your internal overload, 60 hertz, 208, 230 volt. So that's how that's going to line up. And then when we go ahead and look over here at -5 degrees, it's going to be 15,400 BTUs. So that's what we're going to use, and that was sized pretty close to what we had before. I'm going to go ahead and look up the model numbers that we got for both the evaporators and let you see what sizes those are. I went ahead and pulled up on the internet. I typed in Trenton refrigeration, and then I went ahead and typed in TPLP 211 MAS 1BR6, which is the model number we had for the medium temp cooler. And then when I go ahead and click on this, I can go ahead and scroll down to up-to-date product literature, and then evaporators, and this TPLP, the pre-assembled low-profile evaporators, and I've already got it pulled up here. So I went ahead and broke this down and put it on the board here so you can kind of see what each thing stands for. We've got the T for Trenton, pre-assembled P, and low profile LP. The 2 is going to, if you look up top, it's going to stand for the number of fans. Then the 11 is going to be the nominal capacity times 1,000 at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, TD. And that's the temperature difference. And the BTUs per hour, it's going to be 404A. So that ended up being 11,000 BTUs per hour. The M stood for medium temp to high temp, 6 fins per square inch at 25 degrees Fahrenheit evaporator temp. And the A is going to be air defrost. S1 is going to be 115 volts, single phase, 60 hertz. And it said this is only for air defrost units only. The B is going to stand for second generation, and R6 is going to be 404A. Then if I go ahead, this next one's pretty much the same thing, except for if we go back to that first page and then type in just the TLP instead of the TPLP, it's not pre-assembled. It's the only difference there with how the nomenclature is. So 1 is still going to be the number of fans. 05 still nominal capacity per 1,000. So 5 times 1,000, we're going to have 5,000 BTUs. It was still 404A. The L now is going to be low temp, because remember, this is going to be our freezer. And 6 fins per square inch. The other thing that it has up here on the nomenclature is if it would have been a V there, it would still be low temp, but it'd be 4 fins per square inch. So it would be able to defrost quicker and not freeze up quite as much. The E is going to be electric defrost, and the S2 is going to be the voltage is going to be 208, 230 volt, because we've got electric defrost. We're going to have have a higher voltage for our heaters, and then it's going to be single phase 60 hertz. So the freezer down here is only going to be 5,000 BTUs is all it can handle, and we've only got 1 fan in there. So the 1 fan, and being the size it is, it's kind of undersized for that box. So whenever we were measuring earlier, we looked up, and it was about 8,000 BTUs is what we needed to handle that box down to, I think we said -20. So this is actually going to be undersized, and it's going to cause our condenser not to be able to cycle on and off. It's just going to run continuously because it never satisfies. I'm going to go ahead and get some more pictures for y'all, and maybe shoot a little bit more video so y'all can see some more of the schematics and things for both the coolers and for the condenser.